Before the world was created or galaxies flung into space, there was God. He was singing a song.
For decades, Gloria Gaither was known as the unwavering partner to Bill Gaither, the silent force behind countless beloved Christian music programs that inspired millions. She stood beside him, helping to define a movement. But then, after years of silence and devotion, Gloria made a deeply startling confession. A truth that shattered the picture-perfect image and changed how the world saw her forever. She revealed that she had once wanted to walk away from everything: her marriage, the music ministry, and the global career they built together. This wasn't a scandal of infidelity or a sudden loss of faith. It was something far more profound and devastating. She felt she had completely lost her own identity. That admission dramatically shifted the public spotlight, unveiling a woman who had been quietly fighting a private identity crisis beneath the perfect, smiling facade. The breaking point arrived in 1981, nearly 2 decades into a relentless artistic and religious life. Gloria suffered a profound personal breakdown. To the world, she was thriving, the indispensable partner in every musical production, performance, and publishing venture. But behind closed doors, her emotional and spiritual well-being had been unraveling for years. In a wrenching note from a private Gaither music group document, Gloria articulated her sheer agony, writing, "I feel myself disappearing day by day into the shadow that others expect me to maintain." Those few words exposed years of silent, hidden struggle, deep scars concealed by her public persona. As the Gaither trio's success exploded internationally, with music projects spanning the globe, Gloria took the drastic step of drafting a personal statement, announcing her intention to completely withdraw from both her work and her family life. An insider confirmed the depth of her turmoil. Gloria made it clear that she felt like she was living a life designed for someone else. Her retreat didn't go unnoticed. She began missing critical songwriting meetings and stopped appearing in several homecoming program tapings. While her marriage to Bill held firm, their creative partnership subtly, yet noticeably, shifted. From 1978 to 1983, her name still appeared in songwriting credits, but her presence vanished from interviews and media features, a quiet signal of her escape from the spotlight. The dramatic turning point occurred in Nashville. Midway through a major music conference, Gloria unexpectedly walked out. All she left behind was a stark note that read, "I'm tired. I've tried long enough to be what everyone expected." That simple message reflected years of soul-crushing emotional fatigue. In the wake of this incident, the Gaithers' performance schedule changed drastically, with Bill often handling events alone. Later, in a private conversation with a trusted editor while revising an unpublished manuscript, Gloria confessed the full scope of her inner conflict. "I thought about leaving, not because I no longer loved my family, but because I no longer felt like I existed in it." The struggle that haunted her for years was now exposed. Her internal conflict began to seep onto the page and into her music. Tracks like "Even So," "Lord Jesus," and "Something Beautiful" became profound meditations on rebirth and rediscovery after emotional loss. In a raw 1982 private studio recording, Gloria acknowledged the power of her craft. "Every time I write a lyric, it's a way for me to reclaim my own space." Her calm tone barely disguised the emotional pressure behind the words. That recording became an essential internal reference at Gaither Music, revealing how her lyrics were often a direct window into her private journey toward healing and identity. After a long season of reflection and emotional struggle, Gloria quietly returned to leadership at Gaither Music Company, overseeing lyric editing, song selection, and publishing coordination. There was no public announcement, yet the creative revival that followed was undeniable. From the mid-1980s onward, the company entered a stable, productive new phase, with Gloria's renewed presence bringing vital balance and depth. In a powerful 1990 archival recording from the Gaither Music Ministry, Gloria summarized her entire journey in one profound line. "I used to think I had to go to be free, but now I know that freedom lies in being accepted, even when I no longer have the strength to stand by." Gloria Gaither's story begins long before the fame. Born in Battle Creek, Michigan, in 1942, she was raised in a deeply traditional Christian family. Her father, a devoted Church of God minister, instilled strict discipline and a strong sense of duty, while her mother managed the church's administration. This formative environment rigidly shaped Gloria's values around faith, duty, and prescribed gender roles. Her early lessons were clear. Life must be guided by moral order and relentless self-sacrifice. Even as a teenager, Gloria's extraordinary intellect and intense sensitivity set her apart. She excelled in literature, history, and theology at Battle Creek Central High School, but her teachers often commented on her emotional depth and introspective nature. Her life took a tragic and immediate turn in 1959 when her mother died of heart complications just as Gloria was preparing for college. The shock was immense. In a poignant letter to her church counselor, she wrote, "I wonder what would happen if God called me to do something I was not ready for." Her mother's death left her questioning her purpose and faith, marking one of the first deep emotional wounds that would later fuel her writing. In 1960, Gloria entered Anderson University in Indiana, double majoring in English and sociology. Academically brilliant, especially in moral philosophy and religious literature, she began writing powerful essays and poems that explored the difficult link between faith and human suffering. Some even appeared in the university's Theology magazine. During her teaching practicum, Gloria impressed supervisors with her analytical, moral integrated approach to education, though records also showed frequent absences due to what was termed emotional exhaustion. While at Anderson, Gloria penned an influential paper titled "Freedom Within Limits: Faith and the Choice of Christian Women." The essay, preserved in the university archives, remains a key document for understanding the spiritual consciousness of women in the 1,960 seconds. Modern researchers, including theologian Dr. Linda Pouet of Belmont University, have highlighted how Gloria's later lyrics consistently drew upon these early experiences of tension and loss. Themes of silence, divine distance, and ultimate renewal after despair constantly reappear, a mirror of her psychological and spiritual youth. The years before she met Bill Gaither were crucial. The disciplined religious environment, the heavy pressure to uphold her family's faith legacy, and the devastating loss of her mother all powerfully molded her complex, lifelong struggle with freedom, faith, and identity. When Gloria met Bill Gaither at Anderson University, their connection was instant, both personal and professional. They married on the 22nd of December, 1962, and immediately began writing and performing together. Their dynamic partnership quickly blossomed into the Gaither Trio, the core foundation of what would become the globally beloved Gaither Homecoming series. Between 1,965 and 1,975, they performed hundreds of concerts a year, released dozens of albums, and created an impressive catalog of songs that defined modern gospel music. Despite their shared success, the public narrative consistently placed Bill at the forefront, listing his name first in publications, making Gloria's essential role appear secondary. By the late 1,970 seconds, formal organizational changes within Gaither Music solidified this division. Bill handled strategy and business operations, while Gloria concentrated on songwriting and educational content. While this structure helped the company explode in growth, it tragically deepened Gloria's feelings of isolation and creative confinement. Yet, even through this struggle, Gloria's writing never lost its emotional honesty. Her relentless effort to reform lyrical language, injecting deeper theological meaning and emotional realism into gospel music, ultimately redefined the genre itself. Her journey from quiet crisis to creative rebirth stands as one of the most profound and inspiring chapters in Christian music history. Despite her immense creative talent, Gloria Gaither's contributions often faced resistance in the male-dominated production discussions of her early career. Minutes from a 1980 composition meeting reveal a stark divide. Most of the production team preferred lyrics that were simple and broadly appealing, while Gloria pushed for deeper, more introspective, and scholarly expressions. Her thoughtful, poetic style reflected her intellectual curiosity and her firm belief that faith-based music could and should carry emotional and philosophical depth. In her personal life, the challenges were ongoing. Notes from a November 1983 issue of Faith and Families, the Gaithers' in-house magazine, detail a period of disagreement between her and Bill over child-rearing and the relentless performance schedule. In that same candid interview, Gloria reflected, "I used to think that love would fix everything, but over time, I learned that listening is also a vital factor." This statement hinted at her dawning understanding of emotional balance in both her marriage and ministry. An entry preserved in the Gaither Music Publishing archives exposes an even rawer, more personal struggle. "There are days when I can't name my feelings. I'm present in meetings, in performances, in photographs, but in my mind I'm outside of everything." These reflections, documented between 1981 and 1985, are now cited by religious music scholars as the evidence of a deep emotional and spiritual turn. Publicly, Gloria and Bill continued to appear unified, attending major events like the 1982 National Christian Music Festival and the launch of the Homecoming television series in 1985. However, Bill maintained primary control over public speaking and strategic direction. An analysis of Gloria's lyrics from this specific period reveals recurring themes of fatigue, emotional distance, and the struggle for self-affirmation. Songs like "Let Freedom Ring in the Upper Room" and "I've Been There" are seen by scholars as lyrical reflections of an inner dialogue, exploring the crushing tension between love, responsibility, and personal identity within a pastoral marriage. In a later summary report for Gaither Music, Gloria remarked, "We built a musical legacy that is worthy of respect." Yet, she powerfully acknowledged that the journey was not always harmonious, noting that presence did not equal understanding. This line is now widely quoted in studies about the role of women in American religious music. Her collaboration with Bill was driven not only by faith and love, but also severely shaped by systemic pressures, audience expectations, and the strict limitations placed on emotional expression within traditional Christian circles. These challenging experiences became the crucial groundwork for her personal and artistic decisions in the decades that followed. As Gloria's songwriting matured, her faith underwent its own profound evolution. From the late 1970s to the mid-1980s, her theological understanding began to dramatically shift away from rigid traditional dogma toward a far more reflective and experiential approach to belief. Internal company memos and unpublished manuscripts housed at Anderson University's archives document that this spiritual transformation coincided with a deeply personal crisis, possibly a major health emergency involving a close family member in the early 1980s. Though she never detailed the incident publicly, its influence on her subsequent creative output was immense. Between 1981 and 1984, analyses by the Gaither Music editorial team showed that over 60% of her songs dealt with themes of human limitation, imperfection, and faith amid profound uncertainty. In a powerful 1983 conversation, Gloria openly admitted, "I no longer approach faith as an absolutely secure system. I am learning to believe in conditions of uncertainty. This marked an extraordinary spiritual transformation, replacing rigid certainty with raw, honest exploration. Songs like He Will Carry You, I'm Free, and I've Just Seen Jesus demonstrated a newfound emotional and theological depth, connecting faith directly to lived human experiences. A 2019 analysis by the Wheaton Institute of Christian Music confirmed that, during this era, Gloria transitioned from a doctrinal style of writing to a narrative, a rare and significant shift in American hymnology of that time. After 1986, her theological writing became structured around four enduring principles of faith: grace within limitation, restoration through prayer, divine presence in uncertain times, and spiritual endurance. These themes became the guiding light for the lyrical direction of the Gaither Homecoming projects, establishing a creative framework clearly shaped by Gloria's deep personal influence. In a groundbreaking 2021 academic report by Fuller University on women's thought in Christian writing, Gloria Gaither was named among the 3 most influential female authors in shaping the post-war spiritual language of North American Catholics. The report praised her for redefining faith not as a triumph or an authority, but as acceptance, endurance, and presence in life's most difficult trials. Her process of rebuilding her faith was inseparable from her professional journey. Gloria took firm oversight of her lyrics, supervised editorial work, and contributed to theological writing workshops for emerging artists. Her personal journals from 1987 to 1995 highlight her active involvement in promoting artistic ethics and mentoring younger generations. This period of renewal did not lead to isolation. Instead, it deepened her integration into pastoral work, music, and community training. Her introspective, hard-won understanding of faith became a guiding light for countless musicians who followed in the Gaither tradition. For over 6 decades, Gloria Gaither has been far more than a lyricist. She is a true cornerstone of the Christian music world, shaping not just the sound, but the intellectual and spiritual depth of the entire Gaither legacy. Beyond co-writing with Bill, she led teams in editorial direction, publishing, and educational philosophy. As of 2025, the Gaither Music Archives credit her with authoring or co-authoring more than 700 officially released songs. Many of these works, including Because He Lives, The King Is Coming, He Touched Me, and Let's Just Praise the Lord, are now taught in more than 40 theological institutions across North America. Her creative influence extends far beyond music. Gloria has authored over 40 books, including devotional collections, children's stories, spiritual essays, and essential training materials for worship educators. Her works have been incorporated into university liturgy and Christian arts programs nationwide. She has also served as a mentor and academic leader in ministry training programs at institutions like Anderson University and Taylor University, and in interdenominational networks. Between 1995 and 2010 alone, records show she directed over 200 short-term training sessions for worship leaders, reaching thousands of participants. Gloria's profound leadership philosophy rests on 4 enduring principles: experiential authenticity, accessible language, music tailored to congregational worship, and harmony between personal life and ministry. These values are permanently captured in her 2009 handbook, Faith in Form and Practice, which remains a cornerstone text for hymn-writing courses. Together with Bill, Gloria co-managed Gaither Music Company until 2020, at which point the couple passed executive responsibilities to the next generation. Since 2021, Gloria has continued to serve as content advisor and honorary chair of the Gaither Music System's Artistic Council, guiding creative projects, educational initiatives, and spiritual development programs. Through every phase of her career, Gloria Gaither has embodied the powerful union of art, theology, and civic purpose within modern Christian life. She has never sought fame or publicity, but has earned deep, lasting respect through her authenticity, intellectual depth, and unwavering spiritual conviction. Her extraordinary story reminds us that behind every beloved hymn lies not just melody and verse, but the raw, lived experience of faith, doubt, renewal, and grace. If this story inspired you to look beyond the surface, please like and share it to help others discover Gloria Gaither's remarkable journey. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and share your thoughts in the comments below. What does her story of finding identity mean to you?